So, very good morning to everybody in this room. This is Fahim Ansari, your lead instructor for your CTP, and with me is your mentor Swapnil. So, today is 14th of May 2020, and we are into the certified trading session number 16. Today, we are going to do bracket orders. Okay, today we did something about scanning. So, any doubts in scanning? Did you guys went all to the session of scanning? Okay, that's good. We will see homework after once I've done it, once I start with the session. There is no definition that Sher Khan decides what will be the script in Big Trade and Big Trade Plus. Now, how will you say? They have the criteria. They might be having the criteria. Can we insert new script after executing a scan? Yes, you can do, but why is the need? By just you don't select the big trade list, you go and select the in Ignite tab, you go and select the scan. And in scan, you select intraday or swing. After we map zones, then you need to Rohit see that whether all the criteria is matching in the script or not. Only for script, whether the curve is good, the trend you are with the trend or not. If you're not with the trend, then do not go. If even if the price is entering into the Nifty demand zone, and at the same time the price is entering into the demand zone of your script. My TLT is not on only. Not every day, Sahil. So that will be activated. You be in touch with your mentors and your EC. That will be activated. Okay. So I've told you, Ashu, that what you need to do is if more than two demands on the supply zones in lower time frame, you have to select the one which is closer to your current market price. Now, if you're selecting a zone which is closer to your current market price is scoring 6 on the odds and answer, and there is a zone above that, supply zone above that, which is scoring 7, then you decide whether you want to take a score with 6 or not. You want to go with a zone which is scoring odds and answer 6 or not. If not, then go for a 7. Why is there a difficulty? You just have to click on that, and you don't have to add something. You just go scan here, go ignite, scan, swing. Let's suppose I run the scanner, ignite weekly income bearish. Okay, you filter this first, select the big trade list, filter this, then click over here, right click here and add to market watch. That's it. I have shown you, Vinay. You go please and see the session on, I think it's the third session on platform immersion. You go and see that. Everything is done there, and there will be a controlled session after the lockdown period. Once we resume the offices, so there will be a controlled trade session by the mentor in which all the trade tiger settings will be repeated. Okay. But that will be after the lockdown, huh? Once we resume the office. Just have patience. We'll see this after once I finish, once I start doing that. May 18th might not, the lockdown might not end at May 18th. Okay, so let us start with the session today. There is bracket orders. Now, please concentrate here. Control trade session, settings of Trade Tiger. Hold on. Just keep that to yourself. Ask your mentor after the session. Okay, just concentrate here. Otherwise, you'll not get it. Okay, so is everybody with me right now? Should I start? Okay, so let us do the bracket order session. So learn the power and effectiveness of bracket orders. Today we are going to learn bracket orders. So bracket orders are orders that have stop loss, entry and target all set at once. Okay, when we started our trading, this was not like that. We used to place single leg orders because that feature was not available in Trade Tiger at that moment of time. Okay, now you have bracket orders where you can put stop loss, entry and target all at once. Okay, so this is how a bracket order looks like. So I'm going to explain you each and every thing over here. Okay, the basic, only the basic things over here. So once I go to this, after explaining the slides, once I go to the Trade Tiger platform, then there I will explain you that. Okay. So now let us have a first learn something about the terminology slippage. So slippage, there is a definition over here, there is a terminology over here which you need to know. The difference between the quoted price at the time the order is sent and the price at which the trade actually executes. Okay. Now there's an asterisk given over here. Slippage only applies to market order. Therefore, it does not impact limit orders. Right? I've told you what is a limit order. Limit order is an order where it's an order where you specify a limit, right? Where you specify a limit that I want to buy at this price or I want to sell at that price. Okay, so if the price comes to your price, then the order will get executed. Market orders are those orders that whatever price is available right now on the market, I want to go and buy or sell at that price. Okay, so it might happen that uh, you might see an XYZ stock trading at 100 and maybe you want to buy at 100, but the moment you press that I want to buy a market order and I want to place at 100, the price might go from 100 to 100.50. Okay, so you have to bear that slippage. That is what the slippage is. And slippage will only occur in market orders, not in limit order, because limit order you will get at the price where you want or the best price. So if in limit order, if you've specified a price at 100, so either you will get your order at 100 or maybe better than that. If you're going for buy, maybe 99.90. If you're going for sell, maybe 100.10. Okay, at an expensive price. So this is what slippage is, and slippage will only apply to market orders and not limit orders. Now let's see what is a bracket order, because they want to buy at the earliest, they want to buy at the market. Might be they wanted to buy 102, but right now the market has come to 100, so they want to buy at 100. Okay, so it could come at 100, it could come at 99.50, it could also come at 100.50, whatever the price is available in the market. So a bracket order is an order that has an entry, stop, and target that are set all at once. Okay, so in a bracket order, you can set entry, you can set your stop, and you can set a target order also. All the three orders at the same time. Now, what happens once the price hits your entry? So if your price has hit your entry, and let's suppose the price does not go up. Okay, let's suppose that the price does not goes up. Okay, it doesn't go up, it comes down. It comes down and hit your stop loss. So the stop loss is it. So your stop loss order will get executed. And the second thing is your target order which you had put in the bracket order, your target order will automatically get cancelled. Okay, this is one situation. Let's suppose your is entry is triggered. Okay, entry is triggered, and let's suppose that the prices go up. Okay, let's suppose that the prices goes up and hits your target, then the stop loss order will automatically get executed. Sorry, the stop loss order will automatically get cancelled. Your target order will get executed and your stop loss order will get cancelled. Now this was not the case when we started trading. Okay, we used to put single leg order. Sometimes what used to happen, the price hit the entry, and if we have not put the target order, what could happen is the prices could go just to the target. Okay, and then it might reverse from the target. Because we had not covered the target, the prices might come here and hit our stop loss as well. So once we were making profit, but because we did not cover, we might not be in front of the PC, or we might not have that. We are having 3-4 orders in the system. Okay, so that might just come and hit your stop loss. So that is not the problem with this. And the second thing here over in bracket order is that when when you put a bracket order, there is a problem with shorting, right? If you don't cover at 330, then the exchange will levy a penalty on you. But when you go for bracket order, this problem is sorted out. Okay, when you go for a bracket order, this problem is sorted out. What happens is Sher Khan automatically takes the control of the bracket orders always at 315 right now, because there is a problem with we are not going for big trade, we are going only for big trade plus. The order, the auto square off that will happen will be at 3 o'clock. Okay, now what happens that, let's suppose that you went for a bracket order, and you went for a entry price at 100, and your stop loss was 95, and your target is at 115. Now the price hit 100, goes up, and it's at the end at 3 o'clock somewhere between 107. So you automatically get squared off at 107. Okay, it will not wait for you for the price to come at 115 so that your target gets triggered and then you get out of the trade. No, at 3 o'clock for big trade plus and for big trade list, once it's again start functioning big trade list stocks, order for big trade list stocks, then 315. Okay, so your order will automatically get executed at 315. Yeah, whatever the price is at 3 p.m., irrespective of up or down, whether you are making profit, whether you are making losses, it will be irrespective. It will be it will be squared off, auto squared off at 3 p.m. Okay, even if you have just 1 rupees to reach your target, okay, even if it's 1 rupees to reach your target, the system won't say that, oh, let this target be achieved. If there is stop loss put, if it hits the stop loss, gone. You're out of for a stop loss. And if it's not hit the stop loss, if it's between the anywhere between the entry target and the stop loss, at 3 o'clock it will auto squared off. Yeah, intraday orders. Intraday orders. This is for intraday orders. Okay, just hold on, guys. Just hold on. Intraday orders. Big trade lists. I'll show you how you can carry your long orders to the next day. Yeah, target, stop loss, or even if the target and stop loss is not hit, you are hanging in somewhere in between the entry, stop loss, and target. Your orders will be auto squared off. Yes, Kumesh. Okay. The delivery mode, I'll show you that how you can use that. Will get stopped out, Pradeep. So now, used for set it and forget it orders. Let's suppose you are going for office and you don't have the time to look for everything. So what you can do is you can put it as a set it and forget it orders, whereby you can put your entry, stop loss, and target. So once you put your entry, the prices goes up, hits your target, your orders is squared off, or if the price hits your stop loss, your order is squared off. Okay. Now you can cancel your order anytime before the price hits your entry. Okay. Positive, ease of use, fast execution for all orders at one time, excellent for many styles of trading. So this is the positive, ease of use, because you can use it to your advantage of putting a set it and forget it trade. Fast execution and excellent for many styles of trading. Negatives, learning multiple bracket orders can be confusing at first, but don't worry, it's not that confusing. Okay, is there a way where bracket order maximize that? Bracket order will not maximize profit and minimize loss. Your demand zone and supply zone will maximize profit and minimize loss. Okay, your and that what Swapnil has said, that once I go to trailing stop loss, you can just trail your stop loss. Okay, so let's go here and see. So this is your buy bracket order. 5 minutes before means once the price has triggered. What are you telling me, Rutija? Are you telling me before the price triggered or at 3 o'clock? Before closing, if it's the entry is not triggered, you can. If the entry is not triggered, you can. Okay, so this is how your bracket orders look like. Okay, buy bracket order. Buy bracket order. Okay, so order type, it will be in green color because this is a buy NSE. Okay, NSE, Adani Power, this is a script name. Okay, equities. Now this is the quantity. The quantity is coming because of the position size planner. Price is 29.8. This is where I want to enter. Okay, trigger price will always be 0. This is your DP account number, and product type is big trade. Okay, now I'm going to explain you this big trade validity and this bracket thing once I go to the bracket order. This is your profit price or target price, and that's your stop loss price. We will always be trading in NSE, not BSE. Okay, because of liquidity issue. Yes, Alan. Yeah, you can. I'll show you how to do that. Okay. So let's go here and see. So this is the bracket orders, entry, stop loss, and target. Okay. Target, entry, stop loss, and target. Disclose quantity, keep it zero. You don't need to do anything. Okay, so once you double this entry line, once you double click this entry line, this pop-up will open, this window will open with the script name, the quantities you want to buy at the price 29.8, because in this you have specified your entry as 29.8. This is your stop loss. So this is your stop loss price 28.9, and that's your target price 32.5. So this is captured once you double click on this entry line. Okay, if you put your entry, stop loss, and target, remember your bracket order will only show on your screen once you put all these three things on your chart: entry, stop loss, and target. If you do not put this entry, stop loss, and target, if any one of missing, then the bracket order window will not come on your PC. Okay. Now this is long. This is SET summary for long. So profit target will be a sell limit order, and as you know, if I enter at 100 and I'm buying something, therefore I want to cover at an expensive price. So my stop loss, my target will always be above my current market price. Entry you can buy at a market or a limit order. Similarly, entry I want to enter at a current price or maybe below the current market price because I want to buy cheap. Similarly, stop is always remember that your stop market, your stop loss will always be a market order. Okay, that means that once the price hits your stop loss at any price, you will get squared off. Because if it's a limit order and the price doesn't comes to that limit, then it might just bounce from that, and your stop loss order might not get executed. But here in bracket, don't get confused. In your bracket orders, stop loss is always a market order. Okay. So, and it will be below current market price because that's below the current market price. This still line is below the current market price. Okay, so that's where stop is. So that's your SET summary for long. Now this is how you place your order: entry, stop loss, target, double click. Yes, it can be. It can be anything. You might have put 277, but you might get filled only for maybe 100, 110, 150 quantities. It can be done through Ignite only. I think bracket orders, I'm not very sure that if you're a Sharekhan customer, whether you can put bracket orders. I think you can put it, but this will not come, I think. Plan and everything. Limit order is when I specify price over here. Okay. Can you see this price, Manisha? I've specified a price at 29.8. The price is somewhere around 33. I'm trying to buy at 29.80. So that's my limit order. Okay. If I want to go for a market order, I will put 0 over here. Or 0 over here. Okay, I'll put 0 at this price column. Okay. Yes. So let's go. Now SET summary for short. SET summary for short. So stop will be a buy again, buy stop market. Hold on guys, why are you getting into trailing stop loss right now? I told you I'm going to explain you. What is the target order over here? It's a limit order. Okay, in bracket order it will be limit. I'll cover the trailing stop loss part after the break. First understand the the content or what are the things that you should know for your bracket orders. Okay. You put that 0 at any price, whatever is available. Then Madhuri, it will be, you will get an entry at maybe at a better price, maybe at a expensive price for both. Okay. So now this is a ACT summary for short. So stop is buy stop market. Okay. As I told you, stop loss order will always be a market order, and you're going for a short. So your distal line, your stop will be placed above the distal line, above the entry. Okay. Similarly, entry can be a market or a limit order. It can be at current price or above, and profit target will be buy limit or below current price. Okay. Same with at 3 p.m. or immediately price at 3 p.m. See, don't mix those concepts. At 3 p.m., what happens is if that is remaining, if it's not hit your target or stop loss, whatever price is available in the market, it will get squared off at that price, and immediately price coming down means what is or immediately the price comes down. What is the meaning of that? I didn't understand that. Okay, so this is the summary for short. Now what we will do is, now let's suppose this is a drop based drop or a rally based drop over here, and this is my entry price, that's my stop loss, and that's my target. Okay, so again, as this is an early income trade, my risk per trade is 250, so 250 divided by 26.75, I'm getting 9 quantity over here. This is my price. Okay, this is my price. Come on, Madhuri, we do not have to set the target as 0. We have to set if you want to take this trade as at a market price, not at a limit price, which is specified over here. The limit price is 1210. Okay. But if you want to go for a market price, I want to buy any price, then can you see it's written, you put 0 over here for market price. That's for your market price. You put 0 over here and put the profit trigger price and the stop loss price. That's it, Sandeep. You put 0 over here and your target price will be same over here, and your stop loss price will be also the same as it's shown over here. Why 9? Now can somebody tell Tejas why it's 9? Why is this quantity coming as 9? Yeah, risk per trade divided by the stop loss, right? The position, it's coming from the position sizing tool. It's coming from the position sizing tool that we did 2 days earlier. So to risk per trade 250. This is the stop loss amount 26.75. So 250 divided by 26.75. You divide it and you'll see that it is coming up to 9. Well, it will pop up. It's not the fund allocated, it's the risk per trade. What if I show you putting entry inside the zone and it pops up? So okay, you are saying that it is coming. Yeah, because you did not put the target, Gaurav. Once you put the target, it will come. You have to put all the 3 things: stop loss, entry, and target. It will not reverse calculate. You have to have your position. How will it be reversed? Because you have not put anything. How will the system come to know that how many quantity you want to buy or sell for that stock. Okay, now let's go here and do this practically because we have flipped the slide. So let's go here and have a look at any of the, let's go to this. Then what is the use of filling the position size planner? What is the use of using position size planner? Why are you using position size planner? Definitely you can do that, but why are we then using the position size planner? Yes, because we have to limit losses. Our losses should be constant. It should not happen that I go for one trade, my loss is 200, the second trade, my loss is 250, the third trade, my loss is 500. Then what is the use of having that? Okay, so let's suppose this is a rally based drop and I'm trying to put, see, only one entry line can be drawn over here is showing you because there is an entry line over here so it's over here. Okay, so I have to delete this and I have to put it over here. So let's suppose I'm putting this, that's my stop loss. And that's my target somewhere over here. Okay, now once I double click on this, so I'm double clicking on this, so this window pops up right now. Okay, now risk per trade is 100, risk per trade is 100, so 100 divided by 0.45, so 100 divided by 0.45. So that's how this quantity is calculated, 222. Okay, it's a sell order. That's an NAC. Yeah, because it's a short. That's why it's a sell order. Bank of Baroda, the script, series is equity, quantity 222, disclosed quantity is 0. This is my limit price 44.45. Now, if you want to buy at market, let's suppose the price is already inside the zone. Okay, also already inside the zone. Remember in entry type 2, it was specified that you can buy at a market order or a limit order. Okay, so if the price is already in the zone and you want to buy it immediately, then you can just put 0 over here. Okay, instead of 44.5, you can put 0 over here. Okay, trigger price, nothing you have to put. DP account, as per whatever your DP account is, your product type is big trade. So your short will always go for a big trade or big trade plus. Okay, it will never come into investment. I'm just giving you an example, Gaurav. I'm just giving you an example. Okay, I'm just giving you an example how to put the bracket order, and I'm explaining you uh, the components of bracket order. Okay, so now your validity, if you see, this is grayed out over here. Okay, it's not enabled over here because we are going for big trade. Okay, and your short trade will always be big trade or big trade plus. Right now, Trade Tiger is not allowing to go for big trade, so you have to go for big trade plus. This is your book profit trigger price 43.4. Stop loss price is 44.95, whatever I have set over here. Trigger the book profit trigger price is coming from this 43.40. Okay, now if I go for place over here, so this will again show you a confirmation window where everything will be written. Your exchange, your order type, your buy sell type, script name, script code, order quantity, disclosed quantity, price type. So it's written over your limit. Okay, because this is a limit order. Order type, trigger price, profit price, stop loss price, and validity. Validity GFD means good for the day. GFD means good for the day. So what does it mean? That if the price does not hit the entry price today, it will get cancelled. You have to always put 0 for this disclosed quantity because it doesn't have any meaning. What is current market price? Have you got entry into this? How will it directly cover at target? You need to first enter, right? The price need to enter the zone. Okay. So you just press confirm over here. Now if you go over here, there's an order window to trade curves. You can see a rejection over here. RMM rejection because you have put a big trade plus order, big trade order. Okay, if I would have put the big trade plus order, let's go and put it again. Okay, I'll select big trade plus. Now if I place this, confirm, now this will go. Okay, your request to place, again it's a rejection. Why is it rejected? Let me just see reports, orders. Because it might be way beyond the limit. Okay, so it's just rejecting because it's too far away. The entry is too far away. So that's why it might be rejecting. Okay, let me just go for another script. Let's go for another script of, I'll just open big trade list plus so that we can, trigger price needs to be 0. Let's go for this Bajaj Auto. Okay, so let's suppose I want to buy on this demand zone. We are not doing anything, we are just putting entry, stop loss. I'm just showing you an example. Okay, and your target. I double click this, quantity is 12, price is 2656, and trigger price is 2681, 2647.7. I'll go here. I'll just select this big trade plus now and try to place this order and confirm. Okay. Why is it not going? Let me just see. Have I got money over here? There's money over here. I don't know why it's not going. The order should have gone to the system, but it's not going. 26 now. This is well within the limit, so it should go. Additional margin of 876 would be required. It's saying additional margin will be required. So let me just go with this. I'll try to buy only 5 quantities over here. Here. See here. Okay. And if you want to check whether your order has gone or not, go to reports, orders. But I see it's showing over here rejected. Okay, rejected. Let me see what's the problem. Because Swapnil, do you know why is the order getting rejected today? It's 1,000. It's 1,000. It's 1 lakh. Sorry. It's It's not about restart. In group script, let me just try to place another stock. I'm trying to do long only. Yeah, after this we will see if we can put as bracket order. Trade plus, place, confirm. Mart idea is also rejected. No, it's not. You can buy one also. You can buy one also. Let's do it to place at current market price. Okay, so for current market, I'll just try to buy one shares at the current market price. If it's not going at current market price also, then there might be a problem. No, it's not going. Okay, by the time, I will let you know first, just let us understand what are the components of this bracket orders. Okay, so I've made you understand what is all this. Now there are, you can change it from here. Okay, big trade plus. You can change it for big trade plus. Okay. So this is how you can change. I don't know why it's not changing for you. So get in touch with your with your with your mentors. So this is the offer types. Now let's suppose that I want to carry. Okay, I'm going for a daily or a weekly income trade, and I want to carry this trade for let's suppose 3-4 days. If I'm going for a weekly income trade, a weekly long trade, I want to carry it for maybe 2 to 3 weeks. What I'll do is over here is I'll select this investment. Okay, select this investment, and select this from. Once I select this as investment, now this is, see here, big trade. So this is grayed out. As soon as I select investment, this becomes active. Okay, so GFD. So GFD is good for the day. If the price doesn't hit, it get cancelled. Your order will get cancelled. My GTD is my good till date. Okay, my good till date. So if I click on this my GTD, there's a date column that is available over here. Okay, there is a date column that is available over here. So that date column, what you can do is, now let's suppose I'm going for a weekly income trade. So this date column will show you the validity for this trade. Okay, so right now it's showing 15/5. So when do you want this trade to be valid? Do you want it valid for tomorrow? Do you want it valid till 16? Do you want it valid till 17? Do you want it valid till 18? So you get 1 month's date for this validity. So let's suppose I go here to June 2020. So today is 14. So I get 13. So if I select this 13 and try to place this order, it won't go because 13 is a holiday. Okay, so I have to select 12 because it's a Saturday. It's an exchange holiday. Okay, so now what I've done is I have selected the validity for this statement, validity for this order, because it's a weekly income trade order. It's an investment order. Okay, so I will not be getting the target in one day. I will not be getting the target in one day. So what I need to do is, I need to express here the validity till when this trade will be available in the system. Okay. Now just hold on, please concentrate here. Please concentrate here. First, let me explain you this and then you ask your doubt. So this is your validity. Now, let's suppose I set this validity till 12th of June. Okay, till 12th of June, I selected this as my validity. So maybe my price entered tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I got my entry, but at 12, till 12 June, I still have not got my target, or even my stop loss has not yet been triggered. Neither my stop loss has been triggered, neither my target has been achieved. Okay, so once 12th of June is over, my stop loss order and my profit order will get cancelled on 12th of October, and you will only be having a buy order that you have bought it. Okay, so after 12th of June, if you get your target, let's suppose on 13th of June or 14th of June, the prices hits your target. So your trade will not be covered at that moment of time because your target and stop loss order has been cancelled by the system because you have expressed your validity 12th till 12th of June. So once 12th of June comes and you have not extended the validity, your target order and your stop loss order will be getting sold. Now, if you still want to have your target order and the stop loss order in the system, then what you need to do is before 12th of June, before 12th of June, you have to come here and modify this order. How will you modify this order? You go to reports, orders, click on the script and press modify over here. Okay. So it's showing you only pending, partially executed, triggered, and after our order can modify because the order has not yet gone into the system. So that's why it's showing. So once the order goes into the system, you can come here and modify the orders over here. So you can come here and just go here to Bata India again. Okay. So once you press modify again, this order window will be open. Okay. Now what can you modify over here? You can modify the target price, the stop loss price, and if you selected this as investment, you can modify this my GTD. But you cannot modify once your trade has been executed. You cannot modify your quantity, neither your price. Okay, neither your price, neither your quantity. You cannot modify your quantity and your entry price once the trade has been executed. Okay, you can modify your target price, you can modify your stop loss price, you can modify your my GTD. That's what you can modify. Bracket order through mobile, I think it's not allowed. Ashu, because I don't use that mobile platform as much. I just use that mobile platform to see my price. Okay. So Swapnil, if you are here, can you just tell me why is this order getting rejected? We are putting a lot of order, but the order is getting rejected. I have money in the account, so it's getting rejected. So you know why today order is getting rejected? You can modify it from the chart, but that modification will not happen here. Yes, you can please, Neha. Big Trade Plus. I'm putting in Big Trade Plus. Not in Big Trade. Big Trade show is not allowed. Big Trade Plus, I don't know why the order is not going. Because morning one of my order has gone because I put a aftermarket orders yesterday, so it has gone. Now, if trade is executed, it will show you over here executed. Right now, it is showing rejected, so order status it will show you executed. Can we put stop loss in Sharekhan directly? I didn't get your question. How will you put your stop loss in Sharekhan directly? What is the difference between order trigger and order executed? Order trigger and order executed is one in the same thing. Yes, Rohit. After executed, you cannot change the quantity and the entry price of that stock. You can change your target and your stop loss. Okay. Right now, bracket order will only be applicable to Big Trade List Plus. Maybe Purvi, but I have not used that. Yes, procedure is the same. You go here before Lakshmi, before the order get executed. What you can do here, go here, right click on this and cancel this order. Can you see this cancel? Cancel the order, or click on this order and there's a button over here, cancel. Okay, cancel. If order trigger and executed same, where are two columns over here? If it's going beyond your stop loss, you'll get stopped out. Partially executed, you can cancel the order for the quantities which has not been executed. Okay, which has not been executed. But once if the the order is executed, you have cancel order. Yeah, stopped out. Vinod, now this is the confusion that I have sorted in the very first. You please see my first session, first or second session, where I've given the short. What is the meaning of short? Right now, it can be done on Big Trade Plus only because of the volatility issue. It's in Big Trade Plus. You can put your order, Jyotsna, before the market starts, before 9 a.m. and after 4 or 4:30 in the evening. You can put your aftermarket orders. It will show you over here. It will show you over here. So guys, there might be a problem today with TT. It's getting rejected with Swapnil also. I don't know, Tata Steel. Okay, let me check it. No, no Vivek. How will you hold the... Then please ask your relationship manager, Tejas. Let's suppose this is a supply zone. That's my entry price. That's my stop loss. Okay, just take this as quantity as 10 base confirm. No, it's a rejection. Okay. That is decided by a position size planner, Raj Krishna. Have you missed some of your sessions? The moment you put any order in Sharekhan should trigger, but many a times it is, how will it get triggered? Unless and until the price triggers, how will it get, it will show you triggered. Okay, I put paid in Big Trade. Let me just again put in Big Trade Plus. It's still showing rejection. It's showing additional margin of rupees 555 would be required to execute or order of 58 shares. But why is that execute? I have 1 lakh rupees. This has been put by Sher Khan only. Okay. If I go here, additional margin is showing required reports, 11th statement. The limit is 1 lakh rupees over here. So why is it showing it's additional margin required? And even what margin is required over here? Trade plus margin needed 555. So is it? Let me let me just contact with the IT team. When I give you the break, I will contact with the IT team. Yeah, maybe I'll re-log in. Let me just re-log in this. If you don't follow volume, then why is the reason to go and put it as a volume? You can put it. There is, but we are not looking at any volume. So we were at Bata India. Again, it's showing me rejection. Guys, you take a break of 10 minutes. Till then, I will talk with, inquired with the IT team. There is some problem, with, because the orders are not going from this. Now, this is a demo account. I just saw with my personal account, the orders, the personal accounts are going, but here it's not going. Okay, so sorry for that, guys. Okay, we have come to this bracket order session at a time where bracket. But anyways, I have explained you everything. The only thing that needed to be explained is just show you the modification of order. Yeah. So from personal account, it's going. From this, can you see this OT 191? This is a demo account. You will not get. How will you get? This is for only for the instructors, because they want to show something like there is an account. And if you see that there was a limit given me for 1 lakh, so that is the limit given by Sher Khan. Okay, so anyways, that was it. So any questions on the bracket orders front? I've tried to address all the queries, but if there is any, we can just go with that, or we can just go to trailing stop loss. Multiple targets. So you tell me how will you go for multiple targets? No, Rohan, I address you that. I address that. How can you sell? Because you cannot carry your short trade to the next day. So how will you trigger? Trigger means the price hitting your entry. Yeah, if you selected a big trade or big trade plus, it will execute at whatever price at 3:15. Okay, right now it's 3 o'clock. So there was a question by Raghu. How you set multiple targets? See, I want to set multiple targets, but that too at the cost of, I cannot I cannot go for multiple targets to take more risk. Let's suppose that I want to go for 2 targets in a trade. Let's suppose Bata India. Okay. So if I put 2 targets, then I will be having 100 rupees loss each. What I want to do is I want to keep my risk constant, I want to keep my risk constant and then I want to go for multiple targets. So how can you do that? But how you place that? Keeping the risk same. You need to place multiple orders. But I want to just have 100 rupees risk for the two targets, two multiple targets that I'm putting on Bata India. Very good. That's the half the quantity. Simple. Half the quantity. Half the quantity. So whatever the position size is giving you over here, go here. Let's go here. Big trade list. So you go to here. So right now it's showing me 14 quantities. So I'll just go 7 quantities over here. So what I'll do is I'll press 7 over here and adjust my target. One target. So it's right now. So this could be my first target. Okay, 2:1. So I'll double click this. It's showing me 14. I click the 7 and say place. So 7 quantities order will go. Then again I will just adjust my target to a 3:1 over here, and then I'll again double click this, go here, put 7 and place this order. That's how you can place orders for multiple targets, keeping the risk constant. This one, yeah, it's showing you the stop loss price and the same, and it's just for your conformity that this is a big plus order. No, you cannot do it in one order. Rosario, please see my session on a session on Tuesday, risk management and position sizing. I have cleared all this in that session. Indeed, were you there or were you not there? So how come you don't know that? What is the risk involved over here? In this trade, risk per trade is 100, right? Risk per trade is 100. And what is the stop loss over here? What is stop loss over here? 7 rupees 10 paise. So 100 divided by 7.1, which is equal to 40. So what do you want to know then? This is how the system. Limit loss 2 will be explained to you in your bracket order session, in your control trade session. Which calculation? Which calculation? This calculation that is programmed. Okay, I cannot do programming over here. Book profit trigger price is your target price. It's your target price, whatever I've set it over here. This is your book profit trigger price. That is your target price. Okay, so let's now go here and auto executed means if at 315, if your stop loss and target are not executed, if any one of them is not executed, it will be auto squared off by Sher Khan. So let's go here. Let me just go here and open. So let me explain you about this trailing stop loss. As many till your 50,000 gets exhausted. Okay. So let's go and see how to put your stop loss. So let's go here, and so if I double click this, okay, there is an option over here, bracket. Okay, bracket. So if I want to select a trailing stop loss methodology over here, so you can go here, click on this and click on this bracket TSL. Bracket TSL means bracket trailing stop loss. So once I select this bracket trailing stop loss, you get this as your, this get enables, right? Trailing stop loss. This was not for this bracket order. Okay, as soon as I just select this, there is something available over here, trailing stop loss condition. So there are two conditions. One is for market price and the other one is when price reach. So let us see for first option, market price. For first option, market price, this, the text box just below this market price is grayed out. Okay, it's grayed out. So you cannot put this price over here, but you can put this, if you select this when price reach, then this is enabled. So you can select this. So let us go for market price. Trailing stop loss can be done in two ways. One is the manual method, second is the automated method. So this is your automated method which is available in Trade Tiger. Manual method is not here in this curriculum. Okay, so if you want, you can just use this automated way of your trailing stop loss. So let's go here and see how does this trailing stop loss work. Okay, so trailing stop loss means as the price goes in your favor. Let's suppose that you are in a long. Let's suppose that you are in a long, and you want to just you know cap your profits or minimize your losses. Okay, what you can do is you can just put a trailing stop loss. Trailing stop loss is simple, Alan. Once my price starts to move up over here from 135.3.25, it goes to 135.3.25. This stop loss will also move in the direction of the trade. Okay, so my loss will become from 1346.15 to 1346.20. Okay, so that is depicted over here. So let us suppose that I select this market price law. So my entry is at 100. My stop loss is at 95. So the difference is 5 rupees. Here, 100 to 95, difference is 5 rupees. This is my initial stop loss. Okay, this is my initial stop loss when I put my trade. This was my initial stop loss that I put my trade with. Now the price comes in the trade or on the stock and it get triggers. It comes at 100. Now I'm into the trade. Okay, now I'm into the trade. So as soon as the price becomes 100.05 from 100, that is, it goes up in a long trade. So it becomes 100.05. My stop loss will also increase from 95 to 95.05. Okay, that is, it is minimizing my loss. Now my price goes from 100.05 to 101. So difference is 1 rupees over here. From 100 it has gone to 101. So from 95 this will go to 96. So again I'm minimizing my risk. I'm capping my profit. You can say that you are minimizing your risk. Similarly, let's suppose now from 101 the prices goes to 101.5. Yeah, 101.5. So my stop loss from 96 will become 96.5. Okay, it moves in the direction of the trade. If I'm long, it will move up. If I'm short, it will move down. So first, let us explain for the long condition. Okay. Now, pay attention over here. Okay, from 101.5, it goes again back to 101. Now what is happening? It was the stock was moving in the direction of the trade. It was moving up in a long trade. Now from 101.5, the price has become 101. It has not gone up, it has come down. So your trailing stop loss will not come down. It will only move in one direction. That is up for your long trade and down for a short trade. Because if again it goes back to 96, what is the use of putting the trailing stop loss? Have you understood this? So your trailing stop loss will move only in one direction, not in the opposite direction. When it has gone to 96.5, it will never come to 96.4. Okay? Because that's minimizing your risk. If it comes to again 96 and then 95, there is no use putting the trailing stop loss. Okay, there is no use putting the trailing stop loss. Let me complete, Prasanna, and then you decide it's good for you or not. Okay, it's good, but whether it's good to put as a trailing stop loss, that you decide. Okay, once I complete this. Now the price comes 101, the trailing stop loss doesn't change over here. Now the price again comes to 100. Then also this trailing stop loss will not change, because as I told that it will move only in the direction of the trade. That if it's a long trade, it will move up as the prices goes up. Now once in the long trade and price starts to move down, it will not move down. Now let's suppose that my stop loss, that my price from 100, again it came to 100, my price came to 100. Now it is again started to move up from 100, it has gone to 101, 102, 103, 105. So again this will become 100. The difference of 5 will be maintained. Again, where will it start trailing the stop loss? From this price, where it has left. Okay, this is where the price left. So as soon as the price become 101.5 or 101.55, this trailing stop loss will become again 96.55. Okay, and let's suppose now, as the price has become 105, this trailing stop loss has come to 100. Okay, it has come to 100. Now a scenario happens that from 105, the prices again goes back to 100. So at that moment of time, you will be stopped out over here, because your trailing stop loss has moved to 100. You cannot increase or set the trailing stop loss price in this market price long. Okay? So here you will get stopped out. Now again, the disadvantage over here is that because your trailing stop loss has moved to 100, you got stopped out over here, or you ended up at break even, because you bought at 100, you sold at 100. But after the price reaching 100, you getting stopped out, your trailing stop loss getting hit, and now if the price turns here from 100 and it goes on to hit your target, you will be missing on this opportunity, because you have put your trailing stop loss, and your trailing stop loss had taken you out of the trade. Okay, taken you out of the trade. So here you will be getting stopped out. But if from here, if the price goes and hits your target, let's suppose your target was 110 and it is hit, then you are stopped out for a break even. And let's suppose from 100 it does not go up, it goes to 95, then you are safe. So you have pros and cons of this method. Okay, for trailing stop loss, the automated trailing stop loss. So it's up to you whether you want to use this or not for your trades. Okay, there is a facility provided to you by the Trade Tiger, that you can trade your stop loss. Yes, Rajiv. Yes, Rajiv, you are right. Nothing, Milind. That's up to you. If it's your trade, you are a bit conservative in the starting, you can use your trailing stop loss. I don't use this method. I use the manual method, Pradeep. I don't use method because I started using this when this was introduced with the Trade Tiger, but I found that many of my trades after hitting my trading stop loss they had gone up. So I just don't use this method. That's all you. That's up to you, Rishikesh. Whether it's not like a condition. If you want to use it, you use it. So whether it's 3:1 or 2:1, at 1.5, let's suppose this was your 2:1, okay? 105 was your 2:1. The prices came here and again started to come down. Trailing stop loss is 100. You get stopped out at 100. Again, it might just go and hit at a 3:1. Okay? Huh. So that's there. That's there, Komesh. Huh, you can change it. Okay. In Trade Tiger, double click this, double this. Market order is not opening here. Here, bracket TSL. Bracket TSL and select this is for your market price. Trailing stop loss, that you cannot put, you have to put it manually, right? You just put a stop loss wherever you feel that if the price goes below this, I will square it off. That's you can do. Is there any option when the reaches 100, it reset the stop loss to 95? No. If you have put a trailing stop loss, then no. See, how to use that, Dhawal, you use that. You use it to your advantage. Okay? That's up to you. But if you ask me, I'm not using this. Because many times I found that the price hitting my coming here, down, going a bit up over here, then again coming down, and then hitting my trailing stop loss and then moving up. So I've stopped using this for my trading. You are free to use. Okay, you are free to use. I'm not stopping you. So similarly for your short trade, okay, let's suppose that you enter at 100. Okay, enter at 100 and my stop loss is 105. Okay, so the price hits my 100 and it goes to 99.95. Okay, 99.95. Now the stop loss will become from 105, it will become 104.95 because right now the price is moving down. Okay, so from 99.95 it becomes 99. So this will from 105 it will become 104. Now it becomes 97. So this becomes 2. It moves in the direction of the trade. Now from 97 this goes up again to 98. So this will not go from 102 to 103. It will remain at 102 only. Again the price becomes 99. This remains 102. Again the price becomes 96.95. So now the price has again started to move down. Okay, from 99 again it starts to move in the direction of the trade. So 96.95, you are at 101.95. Now the price comes 95.95, this becomes 100.95. Now if again the price starts to move up from this, from 95.95 it becomes 96.95, it becomes 97, then 98, 99, 100 and then 100.95. So you'll be stopped out over here. And from if hitting your stop loss, let's suppose the prices go to 101, 101.2 and again starts to move in the direction of the trade, then it's a problem. You will be squared of 100. That's what somebody told me. Somebody told me, taking it, I think Kumesh only told, taking an example that if we are buying at 100 and the target is 140. Okay. No. Once you put your trailing stop loss, you cannot remove your trailing stop loss. And even once you put your order, you cannot again convert or modify it to a trailing stop loss order. You have to cancel it and then you have to convert it to a trailing stop loss order before it hits your entry. Trading should maintain same gap. Why is it a deficiency of software? Why will it do? What is trailing stop loss? If it's 100 and 105, if it keeps if your initial stop loss at 100 was at 105 and you don't want to trail your stop loss, you want to keep, if the price goes let's suppose from 95.95 it again goes to 100 and you want to select the stop loss, you want your stop loss again to be 105, then why are you selecting the trailing stop loss? You be with your initial stop loss. That is not a deficiency of software. This is just to cap up your profit and minimize your loss. Okay, then don't use trailing stop loss. Simple. Okay, so let's go for the second option, which is over here, when price reach. So now here, what is the meaning of this when price reaches 105? So how to put this condition over here? I double click this, bracket TSL, and you go here and select this when price reach. Now you are telling Trade Tiger that move my stop loss, make it trailing only when it reaches a certain price. Okay, move the stop loss or make the stop loss as trailing only when it reaches a certain price. So here in this case I've put my entry at 105, my stop loss was 95. Now my entry got triggered. Now from 105 it is moving in the direction, it's a long trade and it's moving in the direction of the trade, it's going up 105.05. Okay, so I have written that 100 when price is 105, then only start trailing my stop loss. Okay, so it was 100 before here, it became 95. This was my initial stop loss. Now it becomes 100.05. This trailing stop loss, this stop loss will remain 95 only in this condition when price reaches 105. Okay, when price reaches 105, it will remain 105. Sorry, when price reaches, if I put this when price reaches 105, if the price moves from 100 to 100.05, 101, 101.5, 101, 100, whatever it moves, okay, this will be stop loss. The stop loss will only be at 95. As soon as my price reaches or my price becomes 105.05, my trailing stop loss now will start to move. My stop loss now will become as a trailing stop loss. Okay, it will become 95.05. If it becomes 106, it becomes 96. If it becomes 108, it becomes 98. Now if it becomes from 108 to 106, then this will not change to 96 because the price has already moved up by 98. Okay, no, there is no guarantee of profit level. Okay, at some moment of time you are making 105. Okay, you did not trail your stop losses. At some moment of time you are making 110. You did not trail your stop losses. Now from 110 the prices started to fall. It becomes 100 or it becomes 98 and you get stopped out. So at some moment of time you might be making some money, but here now you have just stopped out. Okay, so you need to decide what is good for you. Okay, you need to decide whether you want to use this for your trading or not. I don't use this. Both the whether it's when price which is 105, whether market price long, I go for my, if I'm in a trade, I want to trail, I want to protect my profit, I want to cap my profit, then I use my manual way of putting it. Why will partial profit come? Only if you have put partial profit. If you don't have put partial profit, how will it come? Who said that? I gave you the pros and cons. I gave you the pros and cons. For market entry, if you go for 100, and let's suppose from 100 the price become 105, and from here the prices starts to drop. So you will be ending up at a break even 100. The guy who has not trailed the stop loss might be just going for a loss of 5 rupees per quantity. You cannot modify your order after you have put your trailing stop loss, half the quantity. You have to put a separate order for that. No, you cannot. You cannot change anything in the trailing stop loss, Lakshmi. Okay. It's not like a double-edged sword, but you can say um, once you start trading, you know the knacks of the core strategy, the knacks of the demand and supply. What you will feel, the putting manual order is better than using this automated way, because automated way it can just come again to your demand zone, stop you out, and then again the price will move in the direction of the trade, and you might just miss the opportunity. You might say that, this was not good. Okay. Once your entry is triggered, if you put a trailing stop loss order, entry is triggered, you cannot cancel the trailing stop loss order, or you cannot make it change the way you want to. Okay. It cannot dance to your tune. It's not confusing. You are confusing yourself, Lakshmi. Just put your entry, stop loss, and target. Simple. Simple. What is confusing in this? Stop loss, I've already told you how to put it. Below distal line 2% for your daily hourly income trade. That's your choice. That's your choice. See, I have shown you the operation over here. Okay. You don't have to do this. The system will do it for you if you have put your trailing stop loss. The system will do it for you. You don't have to do this calculation. I have just put this calculation to make you understand how a trailing stop loss works. You don't have to do a calculation. Once you put a you put a trailing stop loss with Trade Tiger, this will be done by your system. I'm telling how it's working. Even 2 can go into your favor and you can still make profits if your reward to risk is good side. It's about reward to risk, not about putting 100 trades. A guy who put 100 trades can also be in a loss to a guy who's just trading 25 trades. No, I told you the second way, Venkatesh. ECC and plan a weekly income trade over here. That's good that you are all are getting the same script. Otherwise, people come with different script. Okay, so now this is ACC. This is your weekly chart on ACC. Okay, so that's your drop pace rally, and that's your drop pace drop. Now this is a small candle, that's why I'm selecting this as wick to wick. Okay, so that's my price curve on the weekly chart on ACC. Okay, so now what I'll do, what is the second step? Now if I'm going for a weekly income trade, which is the time frames that I'm going to use, weekly, daily, 125 and 75. Okay, so now I'll go to the daily chart and check the trend. What is the trend on the daily chart? What is the trend on the daily chart? Trend is down. Okay, Now I'll go to a 125-minute chart first. And see this. Okay, so there is one demand zone over here. There is one demand zone over here. Let me select the supply also. So I want a supply over here. So this is my supply. Okay, this is one of my supply. The other supply is over here. Okay, so I marked two demand, two supply. Now, what was the trend on the chart? The trend was down, right? The trend was down. So can I go long in the equilibrium? No. When the trend is down, I can go short. So this is a demand zone which is available in equilibrium. Okay, I'll go again to the weekly chart. See here. So this demand zone is, there is a demand zone low on the curve, there is a demand zone in the equilibrium, but the trend is down. So I have to neglect these two demand zones. I can go only short. So there is a short available at 1274.90, which is high on the curve and the trend is also down. So can I go short over here? Can I go short over here? Yes, because that is what my decision matrix tells to me. Okay, so I'll go here to a 125-minute. Why am I marking demand zone and supply zone? I know that if there is a short available, if the trend is down, I can just move. I need to be with the trend. I'm marking this demand zone and supply zone so that I get an opposing level of demand also from the current market price. Okay, so if I put this as my supply over here, entry price, what will be the stop loss in this case? What will be the stop loss in this case? And then now will it be 2%? It will be 10%, right? This is a weekly income trade, not a daily hourly income trade. So 10% daily ADR, yes. Okay, that's my target. Am I getting a decent target? More than 2:1? What's the trend, guys? What's the trend? What's the trend? Everybody? Down. So Ilango, what is the mistake that you are making? The mistake that you are making is you are looking at the trend on the zoning time frame. I had clearly said, right, that you don't look at the trend on the zoning or the curve time frame. You look at the trend on the intermediate time frame. Which is the intermediate time frame for this weekly income trade? It's a daily chart. So on the daily chart, what is the trend? Is it sideways? It's down, right? Yeah. So 125. Now, is it a good target? My question. That's too far away, right? This is one demand zone. So it's not 3:1. I'm not getting a 3:1 on this zone. Yeah, 2.8. I'm not getting a 3. So if you are not confident about this, you want to have a more target for this, then you have to skip this zone. By the way, what is the odds and answer score for this zone? How will this be 7? We are losing on one point. Now on the strength part, can you see there is only one leg candle over here? There is no good follow through after this leg candle. This is a basing candle. Neither it has gone down with a gap. So the score here is 3 for freshness, 1 for the strength, and 2 for the candles in the base. The score comes to 6. Hence T2 or T3 entry. Now if I go to take on a T2 entry, that is your zonal entry. So what I can do is I can just put my entry inside the zone, anywhere inside the zone, to be precisely 50%. So now am I getting a decent reward to risk on this? Now it's 5-1. Right? Now it's a better reward to risk. So always remember that in a type 2 entry, you will get a better reward to risk. Okay? Why will you take a higher time frame entry? You have to take entry into a lower time frame, right? So this is the first zone you will encounter. So you first need to take an entry on this. Now, if somebody is a bit conservative, okay, if somebody is a bit conservative and he wants to go with a zone which is scoring 7 only, then this zone is not for you. Then you go for the above zone. You wait. Then simple. You have to wait. And if somebody is desperate to get in trade, then this is the zone for you. Rally base drop. Okay, rally base drop. Clear? Is this clear? Yes. Let's go for the next trade, that is Voltus. Voltus weekly income trade. So let me just mark my supply on Voltus. Yes, Lakshmi, when the price is coming into the zone, you have to again check it. Now, nobody will answer. Nobody will answer. Only Pradeep will answer. Okay, nobody will answer. Only Pradeep will answer because he is having some doubts in. So, how many zones are available over here, Pradeep? Only Pradeep will answer. Pradeep there. How many supply zones are available over here? Let him answer. 2 supply zones. Which is closer to your current market price? 1274 or 1383? Which supply zone is closer to your current market price? 1274. So as a rule, what we suggest is whichever supply zone is closer to your current market price, you have to select this. You have to select that. Now the problem over here is that one of the odds and answer here is not scoring as we want. So we are losing 1 point on strength because the strength is not here. 2 consecutive red candles or the price has not left the zone with a gap. So that's why the score is 6. Now if you are a conservative trader, you don't want to go with a zone which is scoring 6 on odds and answer. Then this zone is not for you, then the above zone is for you because the score is 7 over here because the price has left the zone with a gap. Okay, so that's why the score is 3 plus 2 plus 2, which is equal to 7. Then you look for this zone. Simple. First criteria, you have to select the zone which is closer to your current market price on the lower time frame. The second criteria is you are not confident about the zone because of the odds and answer. The odds and answer is 6. You just want to go with an odds and answer 7 zone. So then this is your zone. And if this would have been the zone with an odds and answer score 7, then this you can go with this zone only. Because this is your closest supply zone. Because if I go mark, there will be a supply zone here also. There will be a supply zone here also. There will be a supply zone above this also. You might be marking the world's best supply zone and the world's best demand zone. But what if you don't entry into that demand zone and supply zone? Simple. You have to mark your supply zones looking at the recent memory of the traders, fresh memory of the traders. So which is the supply zone which is fresh to the recent memory of trader? This, right? But as this, the odds and answer score is 6. If you are a conservative trader, if you don't want to go with a zone which is scoring odds and answer 6, then you can skip this, wait for the prices to enter here at this zone. But yes, this zone is tradable. Okay, that's it. Simple. Keep it simple. Kiss. Keep it simple. Trading is simple, but it's not easy unless and until you make it complicated. Okay, so that's for you. Pradeep, I have already cleared your doubt. Okay, now again, why I don't know why I told you that the odds and answer score is 6. So if you are a conservative trader, if you want to go only with a score which is having just the best score, 7 is the score, then this is the zone. If you are not conservative, if you want to go, if you want to enter at the earliest, then this is the zone. Though it is scoring 6, it is a tradable zone. ACC before closure yesterday. Where is the supply zone? Before closure. Or is this a supply zone? This is not a supply zone. So 75-minute chart, I told you first go for 125-minute chart. Now if you want to get it on anyhow, so you're not wrong. I don't say you are wrong. You can also go, but that's the rule. First go to 125. If you are desperate to get entry, you go to a lower time frame. That's just a refining time frame for weekly income trade. 75 minutes. You go and take your trade. Okay. So let's go for Voltus now. Voltus weekly income trade. So you have a supply over here on Voltus and demand. Let's go here and we have a demand over here. Okay. Not an explosive one, but I'll mark this is my demand. So I'll go here, I'll mark this is my price curve on Voltus. I'll go to the daily chart. What's the trend on the daily chart of Voltus? Down. Okay, down. So I'll now go to a 125-minute chart and I'll mark my demand zones and supply zones. That's my supply zone over here. And closest fresh demand zone from yesterday was, is this a fresh demand zone? No. So I have to mark my demand zone below this. Go here, below this. Okay, below this. No, I don't find a demand zone below this. So if I put my entry somewhere over here, stop loss will be 10% of your daily area. Okay, and target, if I just put this over here, I'm getting more than 4:1 over here. Okay, because right now I don't have any demand zone. The demand zone might be below this line, because we don't have the history for this. Okay, so the demand zone might be below this. So I'm already getting a 4.85:1 over here. If I go to the weekly chart, where is the zone falling? On Voltus. Is it in the high of the curve? This supply zone that we have marked? Yes. Is it in the high of the curve? My trend is down. My trend is down and I have a supply zone which is high on the curve. So can I go short? Yes. Because the decision matrix tells me. Yes. That's why I told you, Vivek. That will just be for, it is just to get a handy list of stock. Okay, it's not that if it's down, you should go short only. No, you have to do your curve analysis, zone analysis, trend analysis, and then do it. Okay. Now I go to the 125-minute chart over here. What? So there is a demand zone on the higher time frame, which is over here. Okay. Daily trend down. I'll go here onto the 125-minute chart. What will be the odds and answer score for this zone? Yeah, this will be clear 7. Okay, 3 for freshness, 3 for freshness, 2 for the strength part because the price has left the zone with a gap, and 2 for your candles in the base. So that is equal to 7, which is E1 entry. You can put an alert. Now you can take an entry here only in futures, okay, not in a stock, because you have to carry your trades to the next day, and you cannot carry your short trades to the next day in equities. So you have to do this in futures. Okay, but right now do not go for futures. Get the knack of the core strategy for demand zones, supply zones. Okay, and after a year you can trade futures, because though futures looks very interesting, how will you go for investment? Now guys, this should be clear, huh? This should be very clear. This should be very clear. No problem, Kumesh. If you have selected it wick to wick, no problem. Okay. Now this should not come. This should not come. You should not ask me this whenever we are coming in that, can I go for a weekly investment in a short trade? How can I go for a weekly investment in a short trade if short in equities is not allowed? Okay. That's good, Rajiv. That's good. It's a weekly income trade, right? So you cannot take it a short and carry your trade to the next day. In cash, short is only for in cash, short is only for that same day. You have to cover up your position on the same day. I've been telling you for this umpteen number of times. Then in equities, you cannot carry your short position to the next day. You can only carry your short position to the next day once you're taking it in futures. Okay? Am I making myself clear? Now this question should not come. Okay, can I take this as an investment, or can I carry this trade for the next day, short trade for the next day, a weekly income trade, or any income trade? Which line gets disappear? Which line you're talking about? Just keep an alert, and when the price is coming, Raminder, you see if everything is correct or not. If the zone, the trend, the curve is matching, and when the price comes, you go for the trade. Yes, for the time being, only long for all the trades. For daily income trade also, you cannot carry your position to the next day. Okay, so you better do a long. So if you're doing a daily income trade short, then you have to cover on the same day itself. Ashu, what's your question? I didn't get you. HZ. HHZ. What is the HHZ? Now this is also been taught. Prasad, go here, right click this, add to price alert. Select your condition and press add. Write a message. Now here in this condition, I want alert when the price is greater than equal to maybe when the price is at 494, give me alert. Short at the rate 504.85 125 minutes, and press add. So this alert will be there. Once the price comes at this price 494, sorry, 494, I'll just put that 498. So I will be alerted then, and I'll get an alert.